Iron Talk is brought to you by Case IH.
What are farmers doing to feed the planet? They're using Quadtrek technology, soil management, and planting systems from Case IH to foster a better growing environment that maximizes yield potential. Visit caseih.com to be ready.
If you want top yields, it starts with managing last year's crop residue and building this year's seedbed. I'll explain in today's Iron Talk. There are many adjustments to make on the planter. On our farm, we've done some no-till, some conventional till, and quite a bit of strip till. As you move from one field to the next, there's a big difference in the amount of residue from last year's crop left with each of these tillage systems. Here's the goal of your planter's residue managers for each tillage system. In conventional tillage, you're just trying to push the root balls and residue out of the way. As long as you're doing that, you're in great shape. Just make sure you're not creating a trench for a seedbed. We saw that last spring, and for the guys who had it, many of them ended up replanting when heavy rains washed the seed away. In no-till, we typically see guys digging in a little deeper with the residue managers, especially if there's a crust or if they're in a heavy residue situation. That said, you don't want to move too much soil for fear of digging a trench, as we mentioned earlier. We're doing more strip tillage all the time on our farm, which certainly takes more time in the fall than the other tillage systems. The benefit is creating your seedbed on a nice berm in the fall. This way, in the spring, we're just sweeping the surface with our residue managers for any residue that may have blown over our strip since last fall. By properly setting your residue managers based on your tillage system and field conditions, you can achieve an even planting depth for all seeds in your field, giving you maximum yield potential on your farm. That's all for today's Iron Talk, and now back to the show.